Good evening, it's Brian at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this brand new Hyundai i30 Deluxe and also this brand new i30 Deluxe Plus. Brian's my name. If there's any information you like on these particular cars, please do give me a call 086 843 1945, or if you come to the garage in Kildare town, just ask for Brian. The garage is located in Kildare town, just off the M7 motorway, and we're about 30 minutes south of Dublin. For directions, just give me a shout, 086 843 1945. I'd be quite happy to take your call whenever suits. So back to the cars. As we were saying, this particular model here is a Deluxe model. The Deluxe is available in petrol and diesel engines. This particular Deluxe is a 1.6 diesel, however there is a 1.4 equivalent petrol engine also. The petrol model is a 1.4 engine with 108 horsepower and returns in the region of 45 or so miles per gallon, which is about 6 litres per 100 kilometres. The diesel is a 1.6 115 horsepower diesel engine and returns in the region of 55 to 60 miles per gallon, which is about 5 or so litres per 100 kilometres. As with all new Hyundais, the i30 comes with the family style hexagon front grille, which is really sharp. It's got a chrome surround around it, and then as we see, there's a really interesting light structure on the front. The headlights feature indicators recessed into the centre, and the headlamps are twofold. There's a dipped projector style headlamp here, and our full light is here in the centre, which means when we've got full lights on, we've got 4 lamps on the road rather than just 2. The headlights also come standard with static bending bulbs. As we see, our dip headlight is on at the moment, but there's no other lights present. As we move the wheel to the left in this particular case, however, we get this cornering lamp which is just lit up along here to give us more light as we turn to the left in this particular case. This may sound like a very simple thing, but on dark nights as you turn into certain junctions, it's really useful. For extra light, we've also got these front fog lights as standard, and these daytime running lights which also serve as a parking light when the headlamps are turned on. The Deluxe model comes standard with these really nice 16-inch diamond cut alloy wheels. The car also has large brake discs to reduce stopping distance, with anti-lock brakes as standard. So under heavy braking or full braking pressure, we can also have full control of the steering at the same time because the wheels won't lock up and skid. As we look down the side of this i30, we can see everything is colour coded. Things like wing mirrors and door handles. The wing mirrors are electric folding, so once we lock the car, they fold. Once we unlock the car, they unfold out, and they also incorporate LED turn signals. They're also heated, so when we demist the rear window, the wing mirrors also demist at the same time. The smart and chunky lines continue all the way around the rear end of the car. It's a really cool looking rear end. As we move up high onto the rear window, we get this nice rear spoiler, which is subtle as it's black, and it also incorporates high mounted stop lamp. The i30 boot is quite large, and it also has a light for convenience. The i30 range also comes with a temporary spare wheel as standard. And these useful handles up high in the boot for right or left-handed users allow users of different heights to close the boot easily and to keep paw prints and handprints off the rear of the car down low. Electric mirrors are standard on the rear of the Deluxe, and child locks for rear doors are also standard too. All the doors on both sides of the i30s have crash impact protection bars built in as standard. Curtain airbags to protect occupants' heads and for glass shattering in on top of them in the event of an impact are also standard. Other standard safety equipment include 3 head restraints, 3 3-point safety belts, and both sides of the rear seats incorporate ISOFIX for child seats. Moving to the driver's door, front and rear electrics are controlled. Child locks are also usable for the rear windows, electrics for mirrors, and as we've seen already, they're electric folding, or we can manually control them from the driver's door. On the Deluxe model, there is a really nice leather 3-spoke steering wheel. The shifter gear knob is also leather coated, and gears are 6 forward. Continuing the theme of safety, there's a 2-stage driver's airbag, passenger airbag, and the sides of both front seats also have airbags for side impact protection to complement our side impact protection bars. As you'd expect, both seats are adjustable backwards and forwards behind the occupant's back, and the driver's seat also has an easy to use height adjuster. The steering wheel has a rake reach function, which basically means the steering wheel can come out towards the driver or also upwards and downwards. Moving down to the right hand side of the cabin, we can control the brightness of our dash and other features like traction control, which again help towards safety by keeping the car in shape. If, for example, the car gets out of shape on a roundabout, it'll move around braking pressure to those wheels that have most grip to keep us nice and straight. The other cool feature is lane change warning and lane keep assist. By using the trip computer function here, we can call up various information, but one of them is the lane keep assist. So we keep moving across, we can turn the system on. The idea with this system is basically that it will warn us if we drift out of lane, but also it'll actually manipulate steering input to keep us between the lines when lines, for example motorway lines, are detected. It's also got an autonomous emergency brake function as well. So if a crash situation is detected ahead, it'll actually apply the brakes if the driver fails to do so in a correct amount of time. So as we can see, safety is a massive part of this new i30. But there's tons more features inside in the cabin also. So on the steering wheel here, cruise control is going to be standard. And as we see already, we have this trip meter set up in through the centre. So with the trip meter set up, we can change things like speed, average fuel consumption, range, how much fuel we've got left. The lane keep assist, as we've already seen, and then we can change various other settings using these quite easy to use functions along through here. So quite easy and intuitive to use. Bluetooth is also incorporated onto our steering wheel, and it's quite easy to use. So it allows us to keep our eyes on the road while answering the phone, or using radio controls also for volume and various radio stations. As we've seen, the headlight functions have tons of functions already, but there's also one more we haven't mentioned. The headlights are automatic, which means at night time or when it gets dark, the headlights will come on. But they also have high beam support. High beam support basically means once we engage it, if for example we're in a lit up area, the dip lights will engage. However, if we go into a country area where there's no light, the full lights will engage without us having to instigate. If we meet oncoming traffic, the lights will then dip again. So really, really useful. It basically means you're literally using indicators and nothing else anymore on your headlamps. Everything becomes autonomous. But you can, if you want, manually override as well. We have a really nice set of bright clocks in front of the driver. But the other cool thing, I think, is if we use functions like the wipers, it also tells us in the center which function we're using, because sometimes it's not that easy to know which direction the stalk is in. Similarly, with the lights, if we turn on the lights, it tells us if we're in the auto function, dipped function, or headlight function. Again, very, very useful, because sometimes these are hidden behind the steering wheel. As has been on the i30 since 2008, auxiliary and USB connectors allow us to charge mobile phone or play music with external music devices. The easy to use heating controls incorporate air conditioning, and very, very simple functions to allow us to redirect air in the fashion we think is most appropriate for us. As we look at our driver's line of sight, the radio is now much higher mounted, and it means we're not quite as distracted when we look away momentarily. The radio is a 5-inch touchscreen setup with various functions through here that we can scroll up and down through. Media allows us to connect external music devices.
Activate Bluetooth on your device and select the device name that matches the vehicle name.
Bluetooth is very, very easy to pair with really clear instructions. Probably the clearest I've seen in a long time on any of the devices in any of the cars we sell. Settings for various in through here, and again, all easy to use through touch. Radio for FM and AM, and then up and down through stations depending on which various medium we're using. Reverse gear also comes with an associated camera, which again is high mounted and easy to use. So all the features we've discussed so far are standard on the Deluxe model, and the Deluxe comes in petrol as well as diesel. So let's check out the Deluxe Plus model. Deluxe Plus will come in petrol and diesel also, although a slightly different petrol engine. The Deluxe model comes with the exact same 1.6 diesel that's seen in the Deluxe model. However, the petrol version comes with a 1 litre turbocharged 120 horsepower engine, as opposed to the 1.4 non-turbo engine in the Deluxe. While both cars are quite similar initially, the first major feature that's different is the headlight structure. The headlights in the Deluxe Plus have a dual LED setup. Cornering lamp is standard again, however on the dips we have these dual LEDs here, and we also have another LED for the full headlamp setup. The good thing about the LEDs is they're brighter, but also easier and more efficient to run, and they look really cool as well. As with the Deluxe, a front fog light is standard. LED daytime running light is also standard, and this also serves as our parking light when the headlamps are turned on. However, our indicator in this case is an LED as opposed to the Deluxe, which has a normal halogen setup up through here. Once this turns off, it becomes our daytime running light, our parking light again. But it looks really, really cool. The Deluxe Plus also incorporates these reversing sensors as standard. So as we move backwards towards an object, we can see in through here that there's an object behind us. And we also get the audible sound as well. The seating material is also slightly different. Along the peripheral edges, a half leather is now standard, with a darker centerpiece. The biggest difference between Deluxe and Deluxe Plus is probably inside. The screen is now an 8-inch screen, which is colour, as opposed to the 5-inch screen that was in the Deluxe model. This means we get a bigger reversing camera. Our screen again is a touch screen, however this time it allows a slide function. It has satellite navigation, and we can conveniently have satellite navigation as well as radio information displayed alongside. Other standard features on this car now include Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So depending what kind of phone you have, you'll get a lot more functionality from your phone on the screen along here. So this concludes the tour of our Deluxe Plus and Deluxe Model i30s. Both cars come with a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty, 5 years breakdown assist AA cover, and depending when you buy your car, you'll be able to avail of deals such as scrappage, free insurance, and free servicing. So if one of these i30s is of interest, I'd like to talk to you. Brian's my name, 086 843 1945. Don't hesitate to give me a call. The garage, as you were saying, is in Kildare town. It's a family-run business for almost 70 years. We can provide trade-in values for the vehicle that you're driving, and also finance. And finance are very, very competitive because we deal with every major lender. So thanks for taking time to watch. I appreciate the time if you press the play symbol and listen to the whole video. I hope the information was useful. If there's any information you would like to know though, as we were saying, don't hesitate to call, and hopefully we can do business.